What's up, guys? So this is my official Sanctum guide. I have ran well over 200 Sanctums for an upcoming video, and with that I feel pretty qualified to discuss the ins and outs of Sanctum and how to maximize your profits. So I want to start off with why you would want to do Sanctums. Currently, as the game stands, Sanctums are one of the best ways to print raw currency in many divines. On the right character, you could be earning well over 10 divines an hour, if not 20, and I'm going to show you how. For build recommendations, I would highly recommend Hexblast Mines, Shockwave Totem Inquisitor, or basically anything that can pump out a ton of damage from very far away. I've been using Hexblast Mines and would strongly recommend that one. Quickly, I'd like to mention we are currently trying to reach 500 subscribers and are well over halfway there. If you'd consider hitting that subscribe button down below, it would mean a ton to me. Thanks. Before we hop into a Sanctum, we need to understand all the new mechanics that will be introduced to us here. Sanctums work very similarly to a lot of roguelike games, essentially meaning you have a certain amount of damage you can take before losing the run. This is called Resolve in Path of Exile Sanctums, indicated by this grayish bar at the bottom of your screen. We also have a way to protect Resolve, which is called Inspiration. This will act as a shield basically, and you can see how much of each you have here on the far right. When your Resolve reaches 0, you will instantly be taken out of the Sanctum. Then we have Boons and Afflictions. Boons are buffs indicated by a gold color, and afflictions are debuffs indicated with a purple color. So to actually start a Sanctum run, we need what is called a Forbidden Tome. You can get these from running maps or just trading for some. But be careful, these come in 3 different tiers. We have level 68 to 72 Sanctums, level 73 to 82 Sanctums, and level 83 plus Sanctums. Depending on what level of Sanctum you do, your rewards will be greater, 68 being the worst and 83 being the best. Level 83 Sanctum rewards are about triple that of level 68 Sanctums, but they're much more difficult. First, we need to talk about room reward types. So within your Sanctum, you will see this map where you pick which room you'd like to go to next. And there are 5 basic reward types. Currency reward rooms indicated by this icon, where you will be able to choose between one of 3 rewards. Curse pact rooms, where you will gain something positive in return for something negative. These also give currency rewards if you decide to take the pact. Merchant rooms, where you buy boons or relics. Treasure rooms, where you get coins to spend at the merchant. And then fountain rooms, which will greatly restore your resolve. There are 4 different variations of fountains. A normal fountain, which will restore a set amount of resolve. Afflicted fountains, which will restore resolve, but in return grant you with an affliction. I would not recommend using these unless you absolutely have to. Benevolent fountains, which you will trade coins for a random minor boon. And then radiant fountains, which will grant you a random boon, remove an affliction, and give you 200 inspiration. There are 5 different room layouts that you will come across within a Sanctum, those being defeat all guards, find the exit in one of 4 corners, trap rooms, mini boss rooms, and then the boss rooms at the very end of each floor. Most of these are relatively self-explanatory and can be identified by room names. This is a room cheat sheet which you can find on maxroll.gg, and I will leave a link to this down below in the description. But realistically, you should be able to master every room quite easily. Depending on how much damage you do, the boss room should generally be easy except for the last one where you will fight Lycia. In order to claim a lot of the best rewards from Sanctums, you will need to be able to fight and kill Lycia consistently. She is not easy, even if you have a ton of damage. Unfortunately, she has a few attacks that will most likely one-shot you, and that you need to be aware of. The first of these being her red lightning attack at the very beginning. The problem here is that after you defeat her, she won't stop casting the skill, and at the very end of the skill, she has a one-shot laser beam. I personally was having a ton of trouble with this and found a solution. So to avoid being shot when you walk into this boss room, you're going to want to aggro her and then move right here. As soon as she teleports to you, walk around this wall here and you should be unable to be hit by the one shot. The second attack that can give you lots of trouble is her wind tunnel attack in her second phase. This thing has killed me more times than I would like to admit, but the best way I know of to dodge it is to consistently walk in a circle around her while fighting, and if you see the beam, instantly start shield charging or Frostblink behind her. This is a huge reason I like to run 2 movement abilities. If your build is fast enough though, this might not be as much of a problem for you. After defeating Lycia, you may also loot some of these relics. Relics are items that allow you to start a Sanctum off stronger than last time. There are all sorts of mods that can roll on these, but some of the best are inspiration gained at the start of Sanctums, maximum resolve, resolve recovered on boss kill, and then extra rooms revealed. Now that we understand sanctums, we can talk about the best ways to maximize profits from these. So in order to make the most possible currency from these, we're going to want to run strictly level 83 sanctums. If your build is not strong enough yet to do these consistently, I would recommend running level 72 to 75 sanctums. For relics, we want to run as many +2 room revealed relics as possible. These things can be pretty expensive to buy, but are well worth it. You can think about it as renting them out because they will retain their value throughout the league. These are 100% the most important thing you can do in order to maximize your profits. But if you can't afford these quite yet, that is okay. You will make plenty of money running these. Our strategy for running these sanctums will be pretty simple. For the first 2 floors, we are going to want to maximize our boons and ideally keep the amount of afflictions we have low. Some of my personal favorite boons include the Ornate Dagger, which will grant you 50% increased damage, Scrying Crystal, which lets you see further ahead, and then, of course, the All Seeing Eye, which lets you see everything. For afflictions, I would absolutely avoid these: Purple Smoke, which makes you unable to see afflictions on rooms, Golden Smoke, which hides all room rewards from the player, and then a Deceptive Mirror, which will take you to random rooms instead of the ones you select. On floor 3 and 4, we will be maximizing currency rewards by pathing either to Divine rooms or Curse Pact rooms, fishing for Divines. Personally, I don't push for the Curse Pact rooms unless I know I'm not getting Divines any other way, just because I don't like to risk the run. Doing this will most likely result in you getting 2 Divines at least every run on the Sanctum, and realistically, more most of the time. So guys, I hope this video helps anyone who is new to Sanctums and wants to make the big money everyone talks about. My biggest piece of advice to you is to not give up when you lose a few divines, although it can be frustrating. When you get it down, you will be making an absurd amount of currency every run. Thanks for watching. Consider hitting that like and subscribe button down below, and keep on grinding.